Good evening, boys. Welcome back to another episode of the Wine Boys podcast with me, Lord Gerald.
And I, Zach Edwards.
Oh, we're getting bold. Why don't you introduce yourself then?
Okay. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name's Boyz. B to the O-Z. Oh, O-Y-Z. Yeah.
Boz.
Yeah. like Brian Bosworth.
Yeah.
Boys, welcome in. Wine Boys Podcast. We have merchandise for you to buy at teespring.com/stores/the Wine Boys. If you buy it, please tag us on social media at Wine Boys Pod. And also, you can find me on social media at the Zach Edward, Instagram and Twitter. If you buy some shit, tag us, and then we'll retag you, and then everybody gets a couple of likes and a couple of look-ats.
That's right. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Hashtag boys spirit.
Hashtag spirited boys.
Spirited boys. Spirited of boys. Okay, boys. You can find me at Lord Gerald on the Instagrams and the Twitters. You can find me this weekend at my backyard having a family birthday party for my daughter. But you know how we do, boys.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful show.
Shout out those terrible twos, baby.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful show for you this evening.
Got one more thing before I let you go. I got dates. By dates, I mean one, singular. June 12th.
Okay.
CNY Community Arts Center in Fulton, New York.
Ooh, Futon, New York.
Futon, New York. I've actually had people ask me, is it Futon? It's Fulton.
Futon,
New York.
Yeah.
In Fulton, New York. Dinner and show, or dinner only. I'm sorry, or show only. Dinner tickets need to be purchased in advance.
Okay.
By June 5th. Tickets are selling. Please go to the link in my bio of my Instagram and Twitter to purchase those tickets.
Excellent.
Thanks, you boys.
Yes. Okay, boys. We're going to see you on the flip side of this beat. Hi, I'm Gerald.
And I'm Zach.
And we are the Wine Boys. 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 Boys.
Got that real
Boys.
Got that real Suge Knight energy.
Boys, we're back.
Someone's in trouble.
Ooh, boys. Okay. Tonight, boys, we're drinking wine. I know. Oh, the Wine Boys podcast is drinking wine again.
All they do is drink wine.
That's all they do is talk shit and drink wine. That's why you're here every week.
I got a comment from somebody the other day, like, hey, why don't you guys do liquor? And I was like, this is the Wine Boys podcast.
Wine Boys podcast.
We'll divert and do a beer, but no. You know, if you want whiskey and cigars, maybe one episode. Maybe we should do like a steak and wine episode. Like literally just eat a steak on the other, and we'll just listen to the knife and fork into the microphone, and people will be like, "Oh, the noise!" And it's like, "This is what you wanted."
Yeah, like what are we gonna do? We're gonna test. We're gonna be those psychopaths that like test hard liquor. Like, tonight we're drinking Bombay Sapphire. We're gonna review it.
Yeah.
Drink gin. Ugh, that's disgusting. No.
Literally tastes like a candle.
Yeah, like gin is great when you mix it with things. I'm not drinking gin straight.
It's so like florally. It basically tastes like a spice rack.
Yeah.
It's just everything's going on. Oh, the juniper really opens up. It's like, it opens up and then it yields in like this mouthwashy kind of way. It's just like, I don't think so. Someone
spilled the spice rack into my cup of vodka. Yeah. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah. What are these? Are these juniper berries? Why are they in here?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, boys. So tonight we're drinking, because we're men and we drink wines. We're drinking Ink Monster, the original Zinfandel.
Yes, nice zinny boy.
A nice zinny dog. Have we had a zin on this podcast?
Not in a while.
Not in a good long while.
I said that's what intrigued me about it. As today is National Drink Wine Day, which is I always enjoy when they make up holidays. Like just for white women to just be like, guys, come over. It's National Drink Wine Day.
Drink Monday.
There's a National Kahlua Day. Like they picked like the shittiest liqueur, and they said you get a day.
Like, but they were like who in Congress liked Kahlua enough to say, you know what?
W.
Shouts out to you.
That was probably a W
like,
thing.
Who is?
Maybe that's what when he was eating and then choking on those pretzels. Maybe he was drinking like Kahlua in his coffee, and he was just like, "Oh, these pretzels are awfully dry."
Yeah.
And then he's drinking Kahlua, and then he starts choking, and that was actually the culprit. It turned it into cement as it was going down his throat.
Yeah, this alcoholic chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It needs its own day. Yeah. All right, man. So anyway, fucking nerds. That's all they are in Congress. Remember when Elizabeth? That reminds me of when Elizabeth Warren was like threw her hat in the ring. She was going to run for president.
Oh God!
Like
don't.
Remember when she like
she's Queen Liberal Cuck. Don't do that.
Well, listen, she had some good ideas. I'll give it to her, but she was
all those crazy libertarian types have great ideas.
Such a robot.
I know,
and
it's fucking disturbing.
When she announced it, that she was going to run for president, she's like in her house with her husband Bob, and she's trying to seem relatable. She's like cutting an onion like she didn't just order dinner, and then she like says, I think I'm going to have a beer. And then she just like cracks open a beer and like sips it. You can tell this woman does not drink beer.
Yeah.
And she just sips it. She's like, I'm drinking a beer. Bob, do you want one? And then you could hear the hesitation in his voice. He was like, no, thank you.
She like starts looking at him.
Bob, I'm talking to America.
Do you want a beer?
This is an attempt to seem relatable. Like,
meanwhile, you have fucking
no, thank you,
Bob. And then he has the same sensibility as like a husband that's no longer involved with his wife.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I don't like drinking with you.
No, thank you.
No,
I'll be in the garden reading Thoreau.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Wearing Crocs.
Yeah.
In that he's one of those. He's in those beach chairs that goes low to the ground.
Yes.
Those low beach chairs.
And he has his legs crossed.
Mm-hmm. And he's just reading like this.
Yeah.
Doesn't use two hands. Always has one.
Yep.
Back of the bind.
I'm just reading Thoreau in our garden.
Yep.
Is
he an index thumb or is he index or thumb licker?
I think he's a thumb page turner.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he could be.
No,
a thumb.
I think he's an index guy. Like, or does he wear one of those like little rubber like things?
He doesn't wear it because that's an accessory. He doesn't need that. He's a simple man.
I saw somebody with one the other day.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if I was in an office. No, I was at a restaurant, and this lady was like cashing out her like register, and she had like the little rubber thumb turny thing, and she's counting dollars with it. And I'm like, I think that's actually probably not a bad idea. It's probably more sanitary.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you don't get stuck together.
True.
But you know what? In my old age, I used to think it was gross when people would lick their finger and then turn the page. But I'm like, you know what?
When that page
works.
Yeah, when you get that page stuck, you're like, oh, I want to put it in my mouth now.
Yeah, it works. So I'm like, you know what? We can keep this around.
I take the edge of the paper and squeeze it as hard as I can without trying to ripple it. I'm just like, I don't want to lick my finger.
Yeah, but now they're all dented and disgusting.
Right. Yep, you got a point.
You got fucking doo-doo on
you want
the pages.
A beer, Bob, or what?
Yeah, Bob, do you want a beer?
Yeah. Her against Ernie, I'm just calling Bernie Sanders during a debate made my ears bleed. Like, it was just like her. She's just like, let me tell you about universal health care. And he's like, I will do it for America. Like, it's just.
God damn.
It sounded like two otters talking about the same thing. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's just back and forth banter about, well, look at all this crazy shit that we're going to do that makes fiscally no sense. Like, it simply doesn't make sense. Like, I
think there's a way to do it.
It would take so long, though.
To actually implement it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it would take a long
we don't have time. We got to fix the now. Let's give people checks and have them forget about COVID.
Yeah.
Checks. No COVID.
Wood is really expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think it would be easier? Maybe implementing the plan before the pandemic or after the pandemic, post taxes?
Gas is expensive.
Biden.
Do you love people like blaming Biden
God.
for like the price of everything right now?
Every time I log on to Facebook,
Oh my God, it's
all
great.
I'm trying to do is promote my show on June 12th in Fulton, New York. Get your tickets now at the link of my Instagram and my Twitter. I want to not only kill myself, but I want to kill myself while that person's watching.
Yes.
Because I want them to know this is your fault.
I just love it.
You did this.
You guys and your plandemic.
Yeah, the plandemic, not my president, all the same shit.
All the same shit.
They take a generic looking article that comes from a news source that's not a news source.
Oh, yeah.
Like 6page.com or something ridiculous.
The Daily Wire.
Yeah, these pro-red websites. And that's the thing, is like you can tell somebody that is an educated thinker based on what they are reading.
Absolutely.
Like, I think it's simple enough. Like, if you see somebody make a point and it's just like, oh, New York Times. Not even, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the media is trustworthy at all. But I need an article from a news source. I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to understand which journalists write the real stuff. So I just go, oh, that guy's writing real stuff. So I'm going to go and work off of him.
Right.
But again, you can't find every article from that person because then you start becoming kind of a bias. And you start kind of like, oh, well, I like him as a writer, not so much his political views. It's like, I don't know, man. It seems like he talks about all the stuff you like.
Right.
It's
like, why don't we just actually read news here?
Like
I don't need to know the guy's opinion.
It's like sports writers. It's
Right.
like this guy. I like this guy because he shits on my favorite team.
Right.
And it's just like, because I like shitting on my favorite team. And he also likes to do that for money.
He's just a miserable prick.
Yeah.
And that's what you find out.
Most sports journalists are. That's why they're my favorite.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
Because they're just because they got to write giant editorials for newspapers that nobody reads anymore.
Of course.
And they're just like, he's just pounding and he still has a typewriter. So when he makes a mistake, he's like, fucking damn it. He has to go back.
Is there any money in like writing for newspapers
If you've been
anymore?
doing it for 35 years.
Okay, so you've just kind of been grandfathered into making $200,000 a year.
Do you remember Kenny Mayne from SportsCenter?
Yes. Yeah.
He just had his last show last night because him and ESPN couldn't come to terms on a new agreement because they were trying to lowball him on a salary.
Right.
And in true Kenny Mayne fashion, he just because he does that deadpan, like very funny delivery. He did an interview with Aaron Rodgers, which was, I believe, staged, to which he basically told Aaron Rodgers that he hated his investment strategy that he told him, and he's like, you know what, Aaron, fuck you, and then he just and that's it. Like you got to see if we can pull it up. I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, you know what, Aaron, fuck you.
Sorry, I just took a picture of the wine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was but he was like one of my OG favorite.
But
sportscasters.
they staged it though, so
I think it was staged because they bleeped it out. Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Ah, shit. Water on my keyboard.
Here we go.
This last thing, last time we did the interview together, you told me to go heavy in the cryptocurrency game. I did. We're down 40%. Then I lost my job. Gretchen just wants a new comforter. F you, Aaron Rodgers.
Gretchen just wants a new comforter. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers.
Kenny Mayne's the best. Now this is why I cannot watch ESPN anymore.
Yeah.
All of them are either dead. All the good ones when I was a kid, when I was like, I want to be a sports broadcaster.
Yeah.
They're all dead, or they don't have enough money to pay them because they got to give Stephen A. Smith 67 shows.
Yes.
Like, I get Stephen A. Smith as a personality among personalities.
Yeah.
But does he need 67 shows?
It's just a Stephen A. Smith network at this point.
I think
they put a lot of eggs in that basket.
Yeah, they're no longer. It's no longer ESPN. It's ES Stephen AM. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
It's E Stephen AM. ESPN. E Stephen PN.
E Stephen AN.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah, sure.
E Stephen AN.
I mean,
I tried.
Skip Bayless left, and they were like, you know what? We're just gonna hand you the keys, bro.
Yeah, we'll give you Max Kellerman, the boxing guy. All right, that's fine. Like,
Sure.
You the HBO boxing guy, huh? Oh, all right,
All right,
that's
cool.
fine.
Yeah. I can work with that.
God, speaking of HBO boxing, I miss our friend. Oh God, what the hell's? Oh God, he just passed away a couple years ago, and I always forget his name. Is it Don Lant? Not Don Landley. What the fuck? The guy, the CompuBox guy.
Let's go to the tail of the tape.
No,
that guy.
The guy that. Okay, Jim. No,
Yes, yeah. Okay, Jim.
What the fuck's his name? Oh God. He just passed away, and that was my favorite part of HBO pay-per-views.
Yeah. Let's see, boxing.
I just say okay, Jim boxing. It's gonna bother me. Harold Letterman. Jeez.
Yes.
Can't believe it.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah, because I was thinking of Jim Lampley.
Just love it.
Probably he's up there as the best. He is the best boxing commentator by far. When did Harold Letterman? Okay, okay, Jim.
Harold Letterman, how'd you score the first 3 rounds?
Okay, Jim.
Okay, Jim. God, I love that guy.
Yeah.
All the thing, and this is why media, as somebody that has a podcast, we have a podcast.
We do?
We are now part of the mainstream media. Like we are.
The lamestream media.
Okay, but I'm thinking about it. Like, there's nobody talented like on major network television anymore. Ellen's even leaving. I said talented. I'm sorry. Ellen's leaving. But
Yeah.
you know what it was? Is when she got found out, she lost her edge. Because she's like, you mean I got to be fucking nice to these people?
From what I understand is that her contract...
These 18-year-old liberal art cucks.
From what I understand is that her contract was already up anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're firing her. It was just like her contract was already up.
She goes, I want more money than you can give me.
Exactly.
And
like, she didn't really want to do the show anymore because she's been doing it for almost 20 years.
Television now. It's just like, all right. I mean, I guess I want Ellen to succeed in her future endeavors.
So Ellen basically says, you know what? I'm going to set my price so fucking high.
Imagine if they were just like
in the middle of me having a scandal.
Yeah.
That you would be insane.
I think she's making $7 million a year.
Yeah, so she probably said, "Okay, I'll do it for 40." Like just something ridiculous.
And they're like, "We can swing that. We'll have to cancel our entire primetime lineup, but we can swing it. Why don't we just do Ellen 5 days a week in midday and primetime?
Let's just cancel the primetime lineup on Wednesday and
Does anybody
Thursday.
watch This Is Us anyway? Like
I do. It's a good
we
show.
can get rid of it.
We get rid of it.
Let's get rid of all the game
number
shows.
one rated primetime drama.
Yeah, that's fine. We can make that work, Ellen. Sure. 40, you said?
Yeah, 40. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. No, guys, I don't want to do the show. 40 million it is.
40, 45, 50, 50, 50.
Yeah.
Do I have to keep going, Ellen?
In news today, NBC Universal has claimed bankruptcy. Finally.
Yeah, so we gave Ellen DeGeneres all of the money.
Yeah.
Just we gave it all to her.
We couldn't retain This Is Us. And that's like the only show people watch routinely still. Like by appointment.
Yeah.
Like
it's the only show that still gets by appointment viewing. Everything else is on demand.
Everyone's just like, I'll watch it tomorrow. But it's like, but what if somebody tells me online what happens?
Yeah. I need to know what happened to Milo.
There's only certain shows that can do that. Like the Bachelor series and The Bachelorette. That shit is so... everyone's on Twitter, so they're talking about that show. So you want to go on Twitter, you want to talk some shit, and then you start reading, you're just like, fuck! I saw what happened. Fucking Dave. Yeah.
I can't believe he said that to her.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. God damn it. He called her a what?
You're ruining it.
Yeah.
All right, let's pour this wine.
You're blowing it. It's also like the other, like The Voice or like American Idol, like those. Like it's just all the shows.
Yeah, of course.
All the shows. Yeah. God.
Just gotta.
Are you going to talk about the wine? Because you didn't talk.
Oh shit! I didn't even read it.
I was just saying,
all right.
We got
Sorry, boys.
Sorry. This is what happens when you don't see me for a week. You start getting all conversating.
Conversating and antsy. All right, so tonight, like I said before, we're drinking Ink Monster, the original Zinfandel. It's 2018 Zinfandel. And this is the original Zinfandel, is in fact Primitivo from Puglia, Italy, the heel of Italy. The Primitivo grape found its way in the mid-19th century to the United States, where it eventually became known as Zinfandel. I did not know that Zin was actually an Italian grape. Didn't know that. Anyway.
The more you know.
Ink Monster Zinfandel is an inky, dark, and rich concentrated wine with notes of blackberry, spices, and vanilla.
What did you just
Vanilla. Vanilla.
Did you have a stroke? What the fuck was that?
It might have been a little strokey.
Oh.
Birdie birds. All right. Let's bust it open.
You have been talking to a 2-year-old
Yeah.
on her birthday
Yeah.
all day, so you're probably just making baby noises.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
I want a banana. I want a That
just-
kid's probably still awake, based on the copious
yeah.
amounts of frosting that she consumed.
There we go.
Did you give her one of those like frosting like cakes?
No,
that they give to, like,
we gave
bake?
her cake.
Yeah.
And just, the Betty Crocker yellow cake.
Oh, that shit's so good, man.
It's so delicious with like.
did you get the super moist one?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my fuck.
With like the chocolate frosting on it. That's, by the way, the best homemade cake combo is the box yellow cake with
Just
chocolate frosting on
And
it.
it's so easy to
the
make.
best.
I would make it literally every day if I wasn't nervous about diabetes. Like,
Yeah. Smell that?
be like, wow, that's your
not
fourth
bad.
Betty Crocker cake this week.
I just don't want to weigh 300 pounds.
Well, I mean, who gives a fuck?
I mean, yeah, it's for me, okay?
Okay.
I've been a stone's throw away. I'm just not ready to cross that threshold.
I am 3 cake pans of Betty Crocker away from 300 pounds. Do not fuck with me.
Listen, I've been close, never been there, okay?
You ever gotten to 299 and you're just like, what am I fucking doing?
I've never gotten to 299.
Have you've been to 290 at least
Yes,
once, right?
I've been to
Okay.
291, and that's like the highest I've climbed.
Did you see it and you were just like, I gotta make some changes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I've only
So-
had that one time as a very svelte individual.
Uh-huh.
Like I mean, mind you, I'm a kind of short, skinny guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that I have a very distinct look.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but like women in particular say a skinny guy with glasses always just like has these interesting features. They're like, you seem kind of dark and mysterious, and probably have a big dick. And I'm like, is that really what people think? Because they're right. But I mean, is that what they really think?
You Kevin Samuels,
yeah.
you got a big dick?
Yeah. I mean, I asked you, do you have? I'd be like, if he asked me straight up, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it life size? Nah. But for me, I mean, people.
It's
look-
on
yeah.
a slim backdrop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of myself as like it is a matte wall, and there happens to be something bigger than expected poking out of it. And there's
Yeah.
Well, based on the real estate, we didn't think we could fit this much land on here. But
like it's not a very busy background of the photo. So yeah, there you go.
yeah. Thank you
All
for
right.
thanks for calling me a not busy background.
Listen, let's get the first pour real quick. So
Angles are everything. That's what I say.
This morning I saw a photo on Instagram. It was Jay-Z, Bad Bunny, and LeBron James. And I'm looking at this photo and I'm like, there's no way Jay-Z is that tall. Because Jay-Z looks like he's only like an inch or two shorter than LeBron. And I'm like, huh. But then I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, wait. LeBron looks like he's kind of leaning back a little bit. Jay-Z's standing up perfectly straight. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, Jay-Z is not like, because I'm looking at this photo.
How tall is Jay-Z? Did you look it up?
I Googled it. Jay-Z's like 6'2".
I think Bad Bunny's probably like, what, 5'9"?
He's 5'11", apparently.
Okay, well, that's
So-
close enough.
Yeah. Which Bad Bunny was definitely shorter than Jay-Z in the photo. But then Jay-Z looks like he was only a like 3 inches shorter than LeBron. Like he might have been like 6'5" or something. I was like, Jay-Z is not
Tall
that
angles.
tall.
Like he's like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
So that's what it
Make me
is.
look bigger than LeBron, yo.
Yeah.
Like-
So LeBron is kind of leaning back a little bit in the picture. So he's not as, So yeah, but that's your penis though. Your penis is Jay-Z standing next to LeBron James while he's leaning back. You
Wow.
know?
That is-
like it's definitely a taller than average man, but this giant for scale is like leaning back a little bit. So he seems even taller than he really is.
Yeah. I like that one better. Let's go with that one instead. That's the clip.
You've
We're
got
gonna cut that.
Yeah. You got Jay-Z standing next to LeBron James. LeBron is slightly leaning back.
Thanks.
That's your penis.
Wow.
That's how you
just
described
told
it.
me my penis is Jay-Z and LeBron.
Just two
Two
titans of
cultural
industry.
icons.
Yes.
And
Let's pour the wine.
could you imagine if I start
Yeah.
getting DMs from people? They're like, "So, JC and LeBron, huh?"
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, "He is an exaggerator." I mean, you can find out.
Yeah.
But
You know what it was when you signed up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pour the wine real quick.
Okay.
Record this shit, ho.
okay. Oh shit!
Shit, bitch.
Sorry, I'm off my game today.
God damn.
Mercury must be in retrograde. I'm allergies, man.
Yeah, oh my
They've been
God, the
fucking
pollen
killing
on
me.
the cars.
I don't want to be that fucking like middle-aged dad, but I couldn't fucking breathe. I almost died this morning.
Yeah. I've been washing my car 8 days a week.
I had to-
just to get the pollen off
Oh
of
my
it.
god, it's horrible. Go ahead.
All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Push it to the limit.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice and dark and red. Ha
Deep red wine.
Yeah, deep purple.
Ink monster.
Yes. Black ink.
Ooh, that's nice.
It is nice and red and deep. This will really benefit from an aeration
An aeration at the duration.
in this nation. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Let's give it a little air into it. Take a nice whiff. Almost get like a black licorice
Okay.
quality.
Definitely a little tart. I can get that from
I
smelling.
get black cherry.
It. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this. I can
Okay.
already tell.
Nice
It's
and inky.
Yeah.
Black.
inky boy.
Yes, a nice inky boy.
See, it was warm out today, but I was like, I want a nice. I didn't want like a deep red. I wanted something kind of lighter. So I was like, I haven't had a good Zin
Yeah.
in a minute.
All right,
Well,
let's-
I guess we're gonna find out if it's actually good.
Exactly. Okay.
Wow, really interesting. Back of the palate.
Juicy. Tart.
I get like this
It's
like wood quality. Is there? Did you drop cork into this? You don't get that like
no,
that.
that cork is whole. Look at that. It's whole cork, buddy.
I get like this like cedar quality,
Okay.
right? Super
Yeah.
dry. It's, I was gonna say really dry.
Very dry. Really coats the back of the throat.
This is a steak wine if I've ever seen it.
This needs to be aerated.
Yeah.
And it needs to be woken up. I mean,
It's
I
got-
don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf.
I mean, it didn't collect dust. I mean,
Yeah, they might dust their bottles.
they probably do.
Yeah, it's
It's got this like.
Well-
What is the like this like Rorschach style bottle?
because
Like-
it's like ink, I guess.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
This one's kind of stumping me a little bit.
it's very acidic. Mm-hmm. Very acidic.
Deep, bold, like very
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's dark. It's. Whew.
very grippy.
Yeah,
as well.
gripping
It definitely
tannins.
grips the back of your throat.
Like I said, it gives me like that like cedar wood quality. Like if you ever had like a salmon, have you ever had salmon that was on that was cooked on cedar wood? It tastes like that. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I like it because I like deep red wine like this. But this is something where you just like it accompanies a meal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you need something to break up the stringent nature almost.
I could have this with like beef carpaccio.
Well, somebody should be calling and writing to these folks to change the bottle of the wine to say beef carpaccio.
Just specifically.
Yes. This goes well with beef tacos. It's like,
Yeah.
really? Beef tacos.
Beef stroganoff.
Yeah.
That's what you need with this.
Yeah. Oh, have a good... what are you drinking? You have a good Gewürztraminer? Have it with some beef
Like-
stroganoff.
I don't know if this is quite rich enough for a steak. You know, beef carpaccio is pretty rich, but it's not as heavy.
I got to be honest, man. I don't even remember the last time I've had a beef. I don't even remember the last time I've had a carpaccio.
Really?
I kind of want one now, so if we can just pause
Really?
this and whip one...
We're not gonna. I mean, we just need some raw beef. Like it's.
I haven't had like a good like stewed beef in a while. Something that just like pulls apart and tastes all. I want to make some. I'm gonna make some like carnitas this week.
That sounds good.
Yeah, right.
But yes, I love.
Sounds good.
Sound good, yeah, baby. But yeah,
Yeah, if you take a nice gulp of it, it's not as. Yeah.
I just take a gulp. I want to slam the mug on the ground.
Yeah.
More mead, wench. Let's aerate this. See how we feel.
Oh boy, that is. Alrighty, well, you're doing that. This is Ink Monster. This is the original Zinfandel from. Is it Puglia? It's Piglia.
Sure.
Yeah, Piglia, Italy.
Alfa Romeo, Giulia. Yeah.
Of course. Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it's Puglia.
Yeah.
I can't say cities in Italy, man.
No, me either.
As a southern Italian boy, I should know better, but I don't. So
That's a lot better.
Okay. So this wine is.
But take a sip before you read what they tell you to think. That's a lot better.
Oh, get a little.
So, and for the uninitiated boys, anyone here with us for the first time or first time in a while, aerate your red wines. It makes a huge difference.
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect,
That
right?
is
So
beautiful. It's. Oh yeah.
what happens is when the wine's been sitting in the bottle for a while is it gets stagnant, and sometimes you need to just get a little bit of air inside the wine. It wakes everything up and it invigorates those flavors. So
Jeez, okay, Gordon Ramsay.
yeah, definitely aerate your red wine.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
And that really did.
Yeah.
Like I liked the wine before, and I really dig it now. So, all right. So this is Ink Monster, the original Zinfandel from Italy. It is a. There's no scale. There's no point scale on this wine. Average price of this wine is between $10.99 and $13.99. I paid $10.99.
Okay.
So right there. Taste characteristics: bold,
Yep.
smooth, dry, and it says it's soft, not acidic. It leans more soft.
Well, I can see that
yeah.
now that we aerate.
Now it's dry and bold, yes, right away. All right, so your tasting notes are vanilla,
okay.
oak, chocolate, dark fruit and plum, earthy, smoke and honey notes.
Okay.
I said cedar, so maybe it has like that. There's that smoky quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, this is 100% Zinfandel, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Food pairings: beef. There you go.
There you go.
Pasta.
Okay.
Ooh, like a bolognese.
Yeah.
That
Balls and eggs. Yeah.
How about some balls and eggs, huh? Yeah, a nice bolognese, and it says lamb as well.
I can see
I
that.
said lamb would actually slap with this. Yeah,
Excuse me.
I had good lamb chop. Nice bone-in lamb chop with this. Yeah, bone-in.
I like that.
Bone-in lamb chop.
I like
Nice
that.
like spring field salad. Just delightful. Maybe some fresh cantaloupe.
I like that. I like that. So,
That's good shit.
yeah, that's good. So, boys, I had quite a week. To be honest with you.
Story time.
Story time with the boys.
Oh, boys, gather in.
Time for Daddy to long form vent because it's a podcast. Some of you listen, you like it, right? You come for the wine suggestions, stay for us.
Stay for real life stories.
Yeah, so I had some work done in my house. I got a as you know, because we record this at my house, the front step in front of my door, concrete, it was crumbling. And also the garage, like where the driveway and the concrete for the garage meet, all of that was crumbling, right? So call a contractor to come out and fix it. I could tell that whoever lived here before, like, kind of skim coated it, but it's all falling apart again. So I was like, you know what? I can do it myself, skim coat it, and in a year I'll be in the same situation again. Or I can pay an expert, or at least I thought was an expert, to come out, fix the shit. I never have to deal with it again, right? Well, my wife finds this guy, and he came recommended. We knew a couple of people that used this guy. Okay? So anyway, we negotiate a price. Okay? He comes out. His guys show up. They were supposed to be here like Wednesday, like a week ago at this point. Wednesday morning to start the week, to start the work,
Trying to
right?
get that out of my system.
His guys show up at like 3:30 in the afternoon,
Okay, what time are they supposed to start again?
like 9.
And they got
They show up at like,
let's see, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's 6.5 hours late.
the day got away from them. You don't want to rush into these things, okay? I like to ease into my morning. Then there's lunch, and
And then there's 6 hours late.
yeah. So anyway, the guys show up, right? And I get home. My wife has already been home for a little bit, and she's like, they just been pounding on the front step with like pickaxes. There's 2 of them. They got pickaxes and sledgehammers, and they just been pounding on this front step. My front step is pretty thick, and they're trying to break it up. As I walk over to the guys, I'm like, how's it going? Like chewing gum. How's it going?
You gotta be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
And they're like,
how's it going, partner?
it's going. We've been working on this thing for a little while now. Now, I'm getting home at like 5 o'clock. So at this point, they've been working on this thing for probably about 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And they're like, it's pretty tough. It's going. One of the guys said he like threw his shoulder out, just like swinging the sledgehammer into this step. And I was like, okay. I think this would be a job for a jackhammer. And the one guy gives me that look, all sweaty. Also, last Wednesday, it was like 90. He just gives me this sweaty look, which kind of was like, we told the owner of the company we needed a fucking jackhammer. But,
He's cheap.
yeah, he didn't say that. The look said it, okay? I've done enough contract work in my life to know exactly what that look meant. So, the one dude tells me they've been calling the owner of the company, the guy that estimated the job for us. He said he was only about 10 minutes away, but he was on his way. So the dude shows up about an hour and a half later.
Wow, these guys love being on time.
Yeah. Shows up about an hour and a half later. He's like, yeah, man, I can just rip this thing out in 20 minutes. And I'm like, you sure? Because they've been hammering away at this thing for 2 hours, now 3.5 hours. They're not getting too far. You got a jackhammer? Nah, I'm just going to sledgehammer it out. All right, man.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Hammering away.
What time is it at this point?
At this point, it's probably about 6:30.
Okay.
Hammering away. Hammering away.
It's dinner time.
Yeah. We're eating dinner.
Yeah.
We decide to go for a walk.
Yes.
They're still hammering away.
Yes, the sultry sounds of sledgehammers in the front of your house.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, they managed to get about halfway through it before pretty much like giving up for the day. It's about 8 o'clock at this point.
I thought he was going to have it done in 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's like 8 o'clock at this point,
Yeah.
right? The owner of the company says to me, all right, I'm going to need half the money today. And I'm like, I thought you got paid when you were done. And he was like, no. My rules, I get paid half when I start because, I already got all this time and energy into the job. Like, I need half my money. Now, what am I going to say? He's got half of my shit all ripped out, all sledgehammered apart. What am I going to do? I'm not happy about it, but I give him half the money. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, what's your plan of action? Because what you did today, it seems like it wasn't working well. And he says, well, I'm going to get a jackhammer. I'll be back here tomorrow. He said, I gotta rent a jackhammer, but I'll be back here tomorrow. The guys, once they get everything on the truck, they meet at the warehouse in the morning. They should be here by 9:30. Fine. Okay? Understandable. Okay? So, he leaves. Now, I'm already feeling some kind of way because I gave this man half the money to do the job, right? He leaves. Oh, and by the way, his workers, they look like meth and or heroin was in their past and or present. Okay, let's keep it funky. All right,
Let's keep it funky. So super cool guys.
Cool guys.
Super.
Okay.
Like maybe they were taking breaks to go behind the bushes.
Yeah. But at the same time, I dealt with a lot of as needed employees do and have dealt with a lot of these. I know that you're not getting Harvard MBAs to swing as sledgehammers. All right. It's just the truth. Okay. Takes all kinds. All right.
Except for Harvard MBAs.
Except for Harvard MBAs. So I wake up in the morning, I go to work, and then probably around 10:30, I have a very sneaking suspicion that nobody's come to my house.
Your spidey senses start tingling.
And spidey senses are tingling.
You're just like,
call it a hunch. I might have been fucked over. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to run home. I'm going to grab my lunch. I'm going to go back to the office.
Okay.
I actually conveniently forgot it. So I go to my house. And I get home. It's about 11 o'clock, right? Nobody's there. Okay.
You already knew.
I knew.
Halfway home, you're like, there's going to be nobody fucking
Yeah, I was
there.
like, nobody's going to be here.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be here.
You're already setting yourself up for anger.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. So nobody's here. I get home. So I call the contractor. I'm like, hey. I'm not going to use his real name. Hey, Rick. What's going on? I just got to my house. Nobody's here doing anything. And nothing's been done. All right? You said your guys would be here at 9:30. Here's the excuses. Ugh. You know, last night when I left your house, back end blew off my truck.
Wow. Aggressive.
Yeah. The bigger the lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
The more fantastic the lie, the more of a lie it is.
Exactly. Yeah. The back end blew off of my truck.
Wow. All of it, huh?
I actually got to buy a jackhammer now. Couldn't just rent one. It was taken already. You know, the guys are out in other side of Liverpool. They're only 10 minutes away. They're pouring like 3 pool decks. We're just so busy, man. And I'm just like, you're too busy to do my shit? So I'm getting angry. Okay. I can feel it swelling up. Gerald, calm down.
You're gonna yell at a stranger. Hold on.
You're gonna yell at a stranger that you gave half the money to already. Everything's all busted up. He's got to come back and finish.
You just want him to come back and finish the job.
I just want him to come back and finish the job. Okay? So, I say, okay, Pat. Oh, shit, I said his name. Hats out the bag. Cat's out the bag. Rick. All right. I say, all right, Rick.
Change it in post.
Yeah, sure. We won't. All right, Rick.
Prick.
Prick. All right. What time are your guys going to get here? You know. They're about 40 minutes out. Okay.
All right.
40 minutes. Fine. I get off the phone with him. I text my wife. Because I know that she talks to the lady that lives across the street. Now, little background.
Yeah.
Changing her name. Margaret is older lady. She's probably in her 70s, 80s. She's retired. She's usually at home. Neighborhood watch. Okay?
She's that lady.
She's that lady. She has an eye on...
Yeah.
Margaret's on the case, okay? And she just texts her, hey, Margaret, can you just let me know if you see anybody at my house doing any work? I just want to know what time they get there, okay? Margaret's on it, okay? So I leave. I go back to work. My wife gets a text at 1 o'clock. More than 40 minutes after when I talk to this guy. Hey, the guys are working. Cool. 1:30, my wife gets another text. Hey, the guys just packed up and left. They were there for a half hour. Okay? Now, I'm like stressing about this. My blood is fucking boiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just going to go home, work for I can do the rest of what I got to do for the day from home. I'm just going to do it from home. Gerald, don't come in hot. I stop at Wegmans on my way home. I grab like one of those cases of like bottled waters. I'm sure the owner of the company probably won't even be there. So I'm just going to throw the bottled waters in the garage fridge. Hey guys, I know it's hot out. Enjoy.
Okay.
If you're hot, grab a bottle of water, enjoy. Okay? I'm giving. Okay? But I get home, nobody's there.
Okay.
Okay? I survey the work. They made a few cuts in the concrete on my front step and cleaned up a little bit. That's it. They barely did anything. It was a half hour worth of work. Easy. So I call this guy again, twice. I call him once at like 2:30 when I get home. Then I call him again probably about 4 o'clock.
So he doesn't answer at 2:30?
Doesn't answer.
Okay.
Doesn't answer either time. My wife gets home. She texts him. He seems to respond to the text. Okay? She sent him a picture of the front step and basically said, hey, you said you were going to have all of this like cleaned out today because you booked a truck for us on Friday. Doesn't look like you can pour concrete at this point. He says, truck is booked Friday afternoon. We're going to have this done. We're not feeling confident, but fine. Next day, I decide, you know what? I'm just going to stay away. Hopefully he does it. Okay? I decide to cut out of the office a little early. I leave at like 3:30, right? As I'm driving home, my wife calls me, hey, Rick is, he's at the house. They said they finished up pouring the concrete and they got it set and everything. The G2, which the G2 is like a sand that you pour on like your walkway, kind of like fills in the gaps and can help kind of level your stones and all that shit. The G2, he couldn't get it in time. It's like going to take another week for it to come in. So he wants to get paid for the concrete he poured today.
Because why not?
Yeah. So I say to my wife, we're not paying him for that kind. We're not paying him for it. And she says, well, why not? Like, he did. I was like, no. He's not done. Like, he specifically said to me when I didn't want to pay him when he started, he specifically said, my rule is 50% when I start, 50% when I finish.
When I'm done.
Okay. He's not done. He doesn't get paid. Okay. So first, I pull up my driveway. He gets out of his truck. He's all happy. In his mind, he knows he's about to get paid. I could see it. He's like, yeah. You see, we did this, we did
his
that.
Skip walk. It's Friday.
Yep,
he's gonna play quick draw.
He's gonna go play quick draw. Get way too drunk.
Drive home.
Yep. Blow off the end of his truck
Blow off the end of his trunk again. Or this time he'll get 4 flat tires or something.
So now there's little concrete bits like all over my front door, right? There is like some wood that's damaged, which, okay, in his defense, wasn't his fault. That was already dry rotted. There's a bunch of bugs and shit living inside of it. Honestly, they might have tapped it when they were like pouring the concrete and it fucked up.
Yeah.
But that wasn't, I can't blame that on him. Okay. But concrete bits and shit all over the front door. They didn't pour the G2 yet. They're not done. So he says, all right, so I'm just going to need you to pay me today for, everything except for the G2. And then, I'll come back in a week or so when the G2's here and we'll get you squared away. And I'm like, not paying you. Not today. And he's like, well, why? And I'm like, you're not done. So he says, well, I mean, I poured all this concrete. I got to pay for that truck that came and poured the concrete. I got to pay my guys. And I'm like, all right, job's not done. So and I see him getting angrier and angrier. Well, so what am I supposed to do now? And I said, well, you get paid when the job is done. This is what you said. 50% when you start, 50% when you finish. You're not done. That's it. And then he's like, well, this is just how I work. Like, you gotta, and I'm like, no. Run your business. Okay?
No.
No. Run your
and
business.
Now you're starting to belittle him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know me. Yeah, then he's like, well, this is just how it works. I was like, no.
This is literally how I would handle this transaction.
Run your
above.
business.
Because
okay?
I feel like if there was the woman in the situation, he would be like, just pay the guy. I'd be like, no.
Yeah,
he fucking said 50% now, and then the rest when I finish.
Right.
His words, not mine.
Right. He's not done.
Yes.
Okay.
When he finishes, I will be glad
to pay him,
to give him the money
yes.
that he's owed.
Yeah, the money is literally in the house right now. I will give it to him.
Well, you didn't say that.
I didn't say that to him.
Yeah.
But
money's in the house. You want to go get it?
Yeah, no. So he is 50%, whatever. He says, well, but I didn't ask for the money for the G2. I don't understand. And I was like, you get the rest of your money when you finish the entire job. Because, these were your words, not mine.
You said this.
Yes. So
obviously someone didn't go to law school
right.
and didn't realize that your word means a lot during a transaction.
Exactly.
Especially when it says, when I'm done.
But the story continues, okay? And this is where I got pissed.
I was going,
okay?
And then we fought.
So he storms, and by the way, I did throw a few more jabs in there. And I was like, and to be totally honest,
verbal, not actual.
And I was like, and to be totally honest, I don't feel comfortable giving you this money right now before you're finished. Because what incentive do you have to come back? You had no problem with blowing me off yesterday when you said you were gonna come.
Ooh, pool jobs, huh?
Yeah. He was like, when you said you were gonna be here at 9:30, you guys weren't even here. We were here, and I was like, what, for a half hour? I got eyes in this neighborhood.
And then there's Margaret across the street. She just gives you like one of those like chin ups.
Yeah. So I'm just like, dude, like you weren't here. Don't bullshit me. So
I got the Hawk Margaret across the street.
Yeah.
They call her Hawk Eyes.
They call her Eyes.
They call her Eyes.
Margaret the Eyes.
They call her Margaret Eyes.
So he tries to get some evidence that he was there. Then he calls somebody. Then he gets pissed off, drives away. Like a pissed off teenager.
Like a pissed off guy doing pissed off stuff.
Right.
Does he squeal the tires? Did his back end fall off again?
Nah, I don't think his truck has that much horsepower left.
It's one of those pussy trucks.
Yeah.
So shitty work trucks.
So my wife comes home, we look at everything, which by the way, there was something we missed.
Oh no.
But we didn't see it until later. Okay. Actually, we saw it later. I'll get to it. I'll circle back.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So he texts my wife after having this conversation with me.
So passively aggressively text your wife.
And says, I think it's more than fair if you guys pay me today for the work I did because the G2 is going to take a week to come in. And I'm like, you are really going over my head right now.
You're trying to talk to my wife about this.
You're trying to talk to my wife about this. But my wife says, you know what? I don't want these meth heads around my house anymore. We have a baby. Let's just pay him, but we'll cancel the G2.
Before they fucking start poking us with needles.
Yeah. Let's just pay him. We'll cancel the G2. Yeah.
She's got a point. You have a young child at home.
She has a valid point.
Yeah.
We'll pay him.
Did you have that epiphany? You're like, oh, I forgot about that.
We'll get rid of the G2. We just won't do it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
We'll just pretty much, we're paying him to go away at this point.
Yeah, don't want fucking Jesse Pinkman showing up my house again.
And I'm like, all right, fine. And yes, he did say he was coming back because he left a couple of wheelbarrows on the side of the house and his little Bobcat handheld bulldozer thing, which is another saga after all of this.
Jesus Christ.
So he comes back to the house, still looks all pissy.
Of course he does.
I walk outside, hey, Rick. And he's, hey.
Hi.
Yeah, a little hurt little bitch. Probably because he can't make his payroll. He pays everybody under the table. But anyway, I don't know that.
I was just saying.
But let's be honest, son. If you're doing above board business, you're managing your money.
How much insurance do you think those guys have?
He said he has insurance. Okay. I haven't seen any certificates, but he said he had it.
Okay.
Allegedly. Anyway, he did say he had it. Okay, he did. But let's be honest, son. if you're like fretting that hard about getting paid cash like on a Friday, it's
Yeah.
because you got to pay your people.
It's because you don't have a lot of money.
It's because you don't have a lot of money. And dude, if you're as busy as you say you are,
You should.
manage your fucking money. This is a business. Run it like one. Okay?
Don't be going and playing Quick Draw on Friday
don't
afterward.
blow your fucking wad on Quick Draw and fucking Fireball. You know, fucking Fireball shots for high school girls.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just
Let's be honest, it's Dr. McGillicuddy's.
yeah, like manage your fucking money. If you're as busy as you say you are,
Hey, gals.
and
you
that
like-
means you have as much money coming in as you
peppermint?
say you do.
Yeah.
My phone rings all the time. Manage your money. You should be able to fund. Like, I'm gonna be real, son. As a person that's ran a business, you should be a business that model that's similar to this. You should be able to fund a couple of jobs. Like
With that-
before getting paid.
Without being nervous to get money.
You should be able to fund. I'm not saying that you need to be in a situation where you're holding a bag that's like, you know, a couple $100,000, a couple $1 million. I'm not saying you need to be like that liquid, but not getting paid a couple of grand for like another week or two shouldn't be stressing you out that hard, bro. Come on.
Well, I mean,
It was, I'll tell you, it was less than $2,000.
you know, expensive.
This is what he was.
I think it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I guess so. So anyway, he comes back and I tell him, listen, me and my wife talked about it. Forget about the G2. I'm going to pay you for the work you did today. That's it. Okay? That's it. He says, okay. And then he goes into his song and dance, complaining about how busy he is.
Yeah,
and back of his truck blew off.
Fucking classic narcissist.
My phone is always ringing.
Classic
And I got
narcissist.
jobs going on here.
I've got so
and
much
jobs going on
work.
there. And I was like, hire an assistant, dude.
I was just
Like,
say,
relax.
stop doing drugs then.
Yeah, dude, hire an assistant. Nobody wants to work virtual assistant. They live in India. Like, come on, dude.
Honestly, yeah, virtual assistant, dude. You can just get somebody with a fucking phone number. That's just you can just buy an 800 number.
Yeah,
and
get
they-
a Google Voice number.
yeah.
They answer it. Manage your calendar.
and that's it.
Yeah, man. That's all you gotta do, bro. So anyway,
Screw me.
if you're that busy, run your fucking business. So anyway, I give him the money.
Just
I ask him about when his
just
guy.
angrily sipping wine. It's so.
Ask him about when his guy, which I shouldn't have done this. I really shouldn't have paid him. But anyway, I ask him about when his guy's going to come back to clean. He says, I'll get him right on the phone. We'll schedule it. He'll probably be here Monday. Fine. Okay. He leaves, obviously, to pay his employees. And he can't fit the Bobcat on his trailer because it was full. There's no room. Fine. I said, when are you going to get the Bobcat out of here? He said, we'll be back tomorrow morning to pick it up. I actually have a pool deck I'm pouring in Utica tomorrow, so I need to go get it. Fine. So he leaves. Okay. Me and my wife walk around the house and we see a giant pad of concrete in our backyard. Like, it is solid. I can stand on it. Apparently, they needed to clean out their Bobcat after the truck came.
And they just dumped it in the backyard.
They just dumped it in my backyard.
So now you just have hard concrete in your backyard.
Hard concrete in my backyard.
Still there? Is it still there now?
I paid this guy. We'll get there.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
oh.
There's a resolution. So
Okay. Here we
we'll get
go.
there.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. This saga.
So, Saturday morning comes around at this point. His guys show up. Okay.
On time?
They probably get there around 10 a.m.
And they were supposed to be there at 9:30?
He didn't say time. He just said we'll be here in the morning to pick up this machine.
I guess 10 a.m. is the morning. Okay.
10 a.m. is still morning.
That's good.
You know, McDonald's still serving breakfast, but they do all day.
Yeah.
So anyway, they show up.
What they do all day.
They do all day. They show up probably about 10 a.m.
Those seem like the kind of guys. I don't know. I don't like to judge somebody's McDonald's order, but they're the kind of guys that buy the pancakes at McDonald's.
Absolutely.
Those are the pancake McDonald's.
Yeah, it's like these guys and babies. Like they
Yeah.
get the pancakes at McDonald's.
When's the last time you had pancakes at McDonald's?
I ordered them for my daughter.
Oh,
So anyway,
exactly. Children.
Yeah,
Children.
children.
I'll get you pancakes, and then us adults will eat fucking, McMuffins.
McGriddles and McMuffins and all the mix.
God,
So
that McGriddle's a slap. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so good.
So anyway,
I'm gonna eat one this weekend now.
The guys show up. I show them the concrete in the back, and they're like, "All right, we gotta get this machine started." But I forgot the keys to the machine. They're back in Hastings at our lot.
He forgot the keys.
Yeah, so he drove from Hastings to Liverpool without the keys.
That's
Okay,
like 45 minutes.
Yes.
What an asshole.
I forgot the keys to the machine.
Why? Like,
So it gets better.
He just didn't do the phone wallet keys thing.
All right, I forgot the keys to the bulldozer.
What a fucking asshole.
So it gets better. I'm gonna see if I can start it without the key. And I'm like,
What's he gonna? Oh, he's meth head. He knows how to hot wire, right?
does he? So the story.
That's
the story.
one of his workers is like, I did that last night, man. I got you.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the main. The owner wasn't there. It was two of his henchmen.
Oh,
okay.
The actual meth heads.
Yes. Yeah. One of them's like, yeah. Like I'm gonna see if I can start it.
The guys that are scaring your wife and kid.
Yes. He says, I want to see if I can start it without the key. And I'm like, all right, man.
Can I watch?
And I'm just like, this shit is my yard. I can do whatever I want. So anyway, I'm like, all right, man. I walk away. Go back in the house. I'm cooling. And I'm like, I really want to know, are they going to get this thing started without the key?
Oh, I just want to.
So I come back outside.
So intrigued with this right now.
And I'm like, any luck? And I can see that they have like the ignition taken apart. They got wires pulled out and shit. And they're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get it. I'm going to play around with it for a little while longer, but I think we're going to have to drive back and get the key.
So he's trying to hot wire.
Yes, he's trying to hot wire
a Bobcat.
Yes. And I'm like,
Can you explain? Okay, please explain, because I'm thinking about this now. I don't know if the boys around the world know exactly what a Bobcat is. So
Okay,
can you explain?
So think of like kind of a bulldozer, but smaller. This one's actually like a handhold one.
Okay.
And they use it basically to move concrete.
Yeah, so it's not very big.
It's not very big, but it's heavy.
Like size wise, like what would you equate it to?
Size wise, I would equate it to like a ski-doo.
Okay, so it's
much heavier.
So it's a more like bottom heavy.
Yeah.
Sea-doo,
This thing
basically?
probably weighs about 2,000 pounds. If I
okay,
guess.
yeah,
it's pretty.
It's a heavy boy. All right, gotcha.
So we're not going to just push it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
This thing has to get started to move. Okay. So I say, all right, I want to go get gas so I can cut the grass. So I take the long way out of the neighborhood on purpose. I look up, see them flying down the main road by my house in the truck with the trailer. And I'm like, they didn't get it started. There's no way in that short amount of time they're able to like get this thing started, load it on the trailer, and take it.
Yeah.
So I get home, cut the grass, chilling in the house. The owner of the company shows up this time, one of his guys, okay? He has his typical scowl on his face. Just things are just not going well, right?
God damn it, gotta go back to this job. Mm-hmm. These guys
I can tell he already wasn't excited to come back here.
Complaining about my shit work.
Yeah. So he has the key in his hand, and I'd see him just stand there and just look at his machine. Wires are hanging, and he's just like, and I can just see it like, what the fuck did they just try to do?
It's like he hired meth heads or something.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen this kind of job since Jimmy, the crackhead, tried to steal a car last week.
Right. So him and his other guy are sitting there like trying to work on this machine. Just so they can rewire the ignition, just so they can get it started. Fuses are popping. Wires are being fried. Needless to say, it's not working well. I can see him beginning to stress more because his employees decided to hotwire this commercial equipment like it was a 97 Pontiac. Meanwhile, he's potentially getting ready to lose many thousands of dollars worth of pool decks that need to be poured. So he leaves. Okay, he says, I'm going to have a guy come back tomorrow. And I say, all right, but what's your plan for getting this off of my yard? Also, Exhibit B, the fucking concrete pad you poured in my yard. He says, those fucking idiots poured this in your yard. And I said, yeah. Your idiots did. He walks
These
over.
aren't my idiots. These are your idiots.
Right. I paid you. You pay them.
Glenny and fucking Bill the crackhead.
Yeah. Fucking Fulton meth head you picked up.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Watch out.
I'm sorry.
It's a lovely
Costanza meth heads you picked up.
Lovely comedy show on June 12th. It's going to be in Fulton, New York. Tickets on.
See, he walks
on sale
over,
in my bio.
Stands on the concrete pad, and he's like, "Man, this is really on there." All right. Once I can get this machine started, I'm not sure he can at this point.
Whoa, hey.
We'll pull that concrete out of there.
You better.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Fine.
I'm sorry. You're just gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna have my very own trophy case in the backyard.
So he leaves, comes back after going to Home Depot, comes back with fuses, some wire, some tools. He's really working on this shit like it's an old riding mower in my front yard, and it's not moving. He can't get it started. So he says, okay, I'm going to call in a guy to come and look at it. This guy knows engines. He's the expert. He's going to come in tomorrow. He's going to look at this thing, okay? If we can't get it fixed tomorrow, I'm going to have it towed out of your yard. I don't want to tow it out of your yard because it'll tear up your yard.
Yeah, no shit.
Because, it's heavy. Cool. Hopefully, the expert can get it started. The expert shows up tomorrow morning. He's a little more
What
prompt.
day of the week are we at now?
At this point, we're on Sunday.
No, it is Jesus' day.
It is Sunday, okay? The expert shows up, and
I just think expert, like excavating expert.
yeah. He pulls up, Hitler Youth haircut. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, long hair on the top, nothing on the sides, slicked back.
Looks like a heavy machine expert.
Yes. Flip-flops, cargo shorts. Seems like a chill guy. Okay? And he pulls out his tools. He's got a multimeter, he's got some fuses, he's got some wire, some low gauge wire. And I'm like, okay.
Just a lot of shit that I don't know about.
And he's like, all right, this guy probably knows what he's doing. So he starts looking at this machine and he's trying to figure it out. I'm talking to him for a little bit and I'm like, so at this point I'm just asking, what is your plan for getting this done?
What is it that you do here, Bob?
What are you doing here? Because at this point I know shit happens, okay? How are you going to fix it at this point? I'm not expecting perfection.
Yeah. Can you just do me a favor and not have this towed out of here?
Yeah, just
Can you
like
just wheel it off my yard?
Just give me something, Rick. Okay? Something.
Thus far, I've gotten a couple empty promises, a couple of crackheads, and a heavy load-bearing machine.
Yes.
So what the fuck?
Give me something.
I've got 3 strikes on my hands.
Okay.
I can't get a 4th.
I can't get a 4th. All right. So he's working on this machine. He's like, yeah, I think I can get it. I think I can get it started up and out of here probably about 10 minutes. An hour later, he's still the same place, testing wires, trying things, fuse pops, replaces it.
Let's rewind to the front of the story where he's like, I'll get this out in 20 minutes. 4 hours later, it just wasn't done.
Yeah. So
I think the contractor 10 minutes is like, it's at least an hour.
Yes. So the owner of the company shows up again.
Did you take pictures?
I did.
Okay.
I took pictures of the pad in the back.
Thank God.
The owner of the company shows up. Okay.
Okay. I got to see this.
Okay. And I'll read the text, but here's what the
God.
concrete pad looked like in the back. Okay, it's on my yard / the neighbor's yard. The owner of the company shows up. And by the way, when I said to him, I was
like a podium.
yeah, I said to him, I was like, your guys really tried to hotwire this shit like it was a 97 Pontiac. You can use that if you want. He told me that he did use that on the guys. He said it about 6 times. I said, all right, you go ahead.
You go ahead. That's yours, pal.
That's yours. You can have that.
Yeah, I was going to turn it into an NFT,
So anyway,
but...
After about another 2 hours of them scratching their heads and looking at it, by the way, once the owner got there, he's looking at the diagnostic on his phone, and he looks at the engine and looks back. And at this point, he's been there for about 2 hours. And he says, oh, it's not a Craftsman mower. It's a Honda motor.
He was trying to use the wrong... Wait, he was trying to rig the wrong motor?
Yes. He was like, wait. It's not a Craftsman motor. It's a Honda motor. I shit you not.
So he fucking tried to fix a wrong...
He had the wrong diagnostics pulled up.
Like, doesn't it like say it on the side? Mm-hmm. Like what brand of motor it is? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Smart guys you're dealing with, huh?
I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in the house.
It's Sunday.
I'm going to take a shower.
I'm going to enjoy my family.
My family's coming over for Sunday dinner. I'm going to take a shower and try to wash this past week off of me. Okay?
So you take a cold...
While I'm in the shower, I hear the thing start. It ain't quiet.
And do you immediately just start jerking off?
No. And I'm like, oh, God.
You're just like,
all right,
yes.
I'm gonna get out the shower, towel off. By the time I got outside, they were gone. Okay?
All, like everything, gone.
Yeah. And was this gone? This concrete pad in my backyard?
It's still there, isn't it?
Hold on. Okay, there is a resolution.
Oh, thank God.
At this point, I text him during family dinner. I say, hi, Rick. I see you were able to get your machine started, but you left a large amount of concrete in my neighbor's backyard. I pointed this out to you yesterday, and you said it would be cleaned up when you got the machine started. Also, you said you would clean the concrete off my front door. When do you plan on doing this? His response, I got a guy coming tomorrow, man. He's going to take care of all that stuff. We had to cross the wires to get the machine running. I had to just pull it out of there because it wasn't running correctly. The guy cleans for me, works Monday through Friday. He'll be there tomorrow. Thank you. I will forward him the picture. Okay? I have no hope this man is coming back on Monday.
I was going to say, I don't really think you have like a lot of... You haven't been... There's no precedent that has been set by this man to state that, oh yeah, my guys are on time, they don't do drugs,
they're professional.
Like,
I didn't see anybody smoke meth, but a guy did try to hotwire some commercial machinery. I'm just saying, like, that's not sound adult behavior, bro. So anyway, and I've been talking about this now for like 45 minutes.
These are payday loan type of individuals.
Yes. It's like 300% APR. Do you need $200 till Friday? Like, these guys, yeah.
I got a gold chain I can sell you.
So,
oh my fucking God.
Yeah, and these are all now just to paint a picture.
That's why I'm gonna miss this town.
These are all rusty pickup truck whites. Okay, just to paint the picture for you. Okay,
I'm gonna miss this place.
So, the resolution. I do come home on Friday.
Oh, God.
They did a good enough job cleaning the concrete off my front door.
Oh, thank God.
I power washed the rest of it off because either I'm a psychopath or these guys aren't mates. Fine. And the concrete in the back is gone. It's just a pile of dirt with little bits of concrete mixed in. But it's soft. I'm happy. Okay?
Soft and happy.
So the moral of the story is, boys, For any home ownership boys out there,
Do it yourself.
get a fucking contract in place. Make sure your payment terms are in writing. And yeah, that's about it.
Like, yeah, if you're getting meth heady vibes, don't hire that guy.
Yeah, that too. And that's the thing is when he came out,
Were they wearing overalls? Mm-mm. That would have made the story. If it was like just one flap down button.
the owner of the company wasn't giving me methy vibes.
But his workers were.
His workers gave me methy vibes. Methy, night and county vibes. Okay, if you will. And that's why, and it was something. Okay,
It sounds like it. It sounds like quite the saga you had there.
it was quite the saga I
Yeah.
had. I'm happy it's over. I can laugh about it now. Okay.
One of those stories you can share with your boys in the podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
my boys in podcast land.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting experience.
That's fucking funny, man.
I don't recommend it to anybody.
I was gonna say that sounds like
Honestly, I'm happy he came back.
it sounds
because
like
I really didn't think
sounds
he
like
was
he had a
going
pretty
to.
shit week.
Yeah.
Overall, it's not what I can classify as a good time.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised he came back.
I thought, you know what would have been really funny is if he just kind of kept growing the concrete slab in the backyard and literally turned it into like a 3-tiered podium. So it's like we have a gold medal winner, a silver medal winner.
Yeah, it's a
bronze
monument at this point.
He just etches it into David.
Right.
And he even has like the small penis and gigantic flume of pubic hair as well.
Yeah, flume. I love the word. So yeah, I was getting some methy vibes. Things were pretty methed up.
Yeah. I just love that your wife is like the sensible one. She's just like, I don't want those fucking crackheads near my kid.
Like, nah. But to be totally honest,
I don't
though,
want those meth heads anywhere near this house anymore.
in that sense, you're not supposed to pay them.
You're not. You're really
not.
Yeah. So I think this is I think you learned a good lesson, and I think that. But I also can understand like her point of view.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We have a young child at home. These guys don't seem really safe. They don't seem like approachable and nice.
Right. But also,
Like maybe we should get him the fuck out of here.
listen, I've had to deal with some characters in my life.
We all have.
These guys don't scare me. They
know.
don't.
I
am more than comfortable around this crowd.
The last move. So when we moved out of our last apartment, going into the house that we're currently residing in, we hired this moving crew. Now I got a recommendation from a friend of mine. They said, you know what, the guys were really good. They kept all my stuff, no damages. They got everything point A to point B, no problem. I go, you know what, that's a good recommendation. I call, guys seem very nice. I was like, all right, so we'll hire you. And they were pretty cheap. Like I think the entire day's work was like $75.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I was like, I didn't mean to be bargain shopping. But yeah, it was like $75. I'm like, that seems cheap. And I was like, okay. So they get there.
Let me guess, $75, but you have to rent the truck.
Well, I did have to rent the U-Haul. Yes. Yeah. They're like, we don't have a truck. So they had a pickup. So they put some stuff in their pickup, but I had to rent a U-Haul, which it's not that expensive. But so I rented the mid-tier U-Haul, but not like the giant truck, but like the one just because we didn't have a ton of stuff.
Right.
These guys get there. One has brought a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew with him. that he then finished the entire 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. This was about 2 hours worth of work that he did, and then used it as his dip cup. Like he drank 2 liters of Mountain Dew, and then instead of having like a cup, he hit the Mountain Dew bottle as his dip cup.
How many milligrams of sugar is that?
I don't know.
That's a lot.
Like diabetic shocks worth.
Yeah.
And he is just fine with it. Like they took a break. They packed sandwiches, and they were bologna because I could see the flap ring on the outside.
There's nothing wrong with a bologna sandwich.
There really isn't. But the fact that he's eating fucking chalky bologna sandwiches after housing a bottle of 2 2 liters of Mountain Dew.
Gotta stay hydrated, bro.
His compatriot had one of those big, what do they call those? The big ass monster.
Yeah, like the BFC,
the
big ass
BFC.
can.
Fucking 2
the
of
big
them.
Fucking
He
can.
had 2 of them.
He had 2 fucking cans.
He didn't drink both of them. He drank one as they took the stuff out, and he drank one as they're moving the stuff in. And I go, how are your kidneys working?
Jesus, his piss is brown.
It had to have been, it was probably 85 degrees outside that day.
Yeah.
They drank no water.
Just Mountain Dew and Monster Energy.
And I'm like, I was like, dude, my kidneys are seizing as I'm looking at this. I'm the kind of person that drinks too much water.
Yeah.
Like, I have the theory that, like, I need to start my day with at least 20 ounces of water.
Mm-hmm.
At least. I think the new fad, or I don't say fad, I think there's actual scientific evidence to state you should drink 24 ounces of water before you drink anything else to start your day. Because that's when your body is at its most dehydrated, is overnight sleep. You wake up and you need to basically take in at least 3 recommended glasses of water.
Okay.
So 24 ounces.
So
That's so much water for me in the morning. Like I'll take vitamins and do my morning routine. I'll do like a water bottle's full, which is about 20 ounces. I'm like, that is enough for me.
That's good.
And you know what? I don't do that every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like coffee. I need it in my face right now. But
so
I'm just imagining these guys like drinking vats of fucking Mountain Dew and Monster. As like, and they're like, oh, I'm so thirsty, and it's like, well, I mean, you've been dehydrating yourself for 4 straight hours.
But let me tell you though, another in the story of hot wiring actually reminded me of something that happened to me once.
Oh, somebody stole my car. So.
Well, not that, but it was
which was hot wired. I don't think I've told that story in the pod about
you did.
I did tell my story.
You did tell stories. Yes. But anyway.
Yes, get rich or die trying. How could I forget?
Yeah. Well, by the way, it wasn't one of these guys that hot wired your car.
No.
Because this guy didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
No, the one that hot wired my car was a fucking expert.
Oh, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. The dash was barely broken.
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck? And then you could see like a little dangling part of the dashboard, and I was like, oh, he went up and in. Smart.
Knew what he was doing.
This guy's played a lot of operation in his day.
Yeah, this guy would be a mechanical engineer. So anyway.
Would have been a mechanical engineer if it wasn't for the crack.
Right. So anyway, my professional life, we had a contract to install some product at a local military installation. Okay, that shall remain nameless. But there were 4 buildings that we were installing product in that were all in a cluster. There was a sidewalk running betwixt them, all 4 of these buildings.
Betwixt.
So we had to rent a 26-foot box truck to be able to fit everything. So I talked to the customer about it. They were cool with me pulling the truck down the sidewalk to get everything in. Cool. You guys get up there. We unload the trucks, get everything inside. I show the guys where everything's going to go, where we're getting started. They start working. I, as a responsible person in charge, go to start the truck, to move it. Truck won't start. Shit happens, okay? But I'm out there for a while trying to get this truck started. Nothing happens. One of the guys comes outside because they had a question about where something was going. And I'm like, oh, I can't get the truck started. The other guys come outside because they see what's going on. And at one point, one of them says, man, we should hotwire it. And I'm like, why in the fuck would you hotwire a rented truck? We'll just get it towed. It's not a big deal.
Seems so logical.
Yeah, like, oh, we should hotwire it. Like, why?
Why is that the first thing?
Why is that your first?
Why is the first thing, like, let's try to steal it? Like,
also, if the battery's dead, what's that going to do? But yeah, I remember one of the guys saying, yeah, we should try to hotwire it. I can do it. And I'm like, why?
You don't have to steal something that you own.
You don't have to like break into it. Just no. We don't need the truck anymore. It's unloaded. It's exactly where it needed to be. Let me just make a couple of phone calls. I can get this thing towed. The tow truck came the next day. He towed it out of there. Christ, problem solved.
We did it.
We did, mission accomplished. Like, we did it.
Guess what? You didn't have to try to steal it.
So, part of me felt bad for Rick when his guys tried to hotwire his Bobcat. The other part was tickled because I was like, this is some sort of karma.
Yeah.
But part of me felt bad because I've employed guys that thought like that. Yeah, man, I need to make it work for the boss. Let me hotwire this
And
shit.
it's probably,
no,
and that's
don't,
probably
you're
why they
making it
don't
worse.
have it's probably why they don't have an actual job.
Chuck, you're making it worse, okay? I know you're trying to help. Chuck, you're making this worse.
This is like one of those people that I'd be nervous to employ at a McDonald's.
Yeah,
Like,
just Chuck.
like-
He's had a job at McDonald's. He got fired because he
sure-
stole from the cash register.
He stole from the cash register or accidentally put too much, like, he double fried the fries.
Yeah.
He's just like, I thought everybody wanted them crispy. Just like, it's temperature gauge, dummy.
Well,
maybe
we can make more fries if we load more fries into the fryer.
No.
And then they started a fire.
Yeah, and then they had to hotwire fucking the fryolator.
the hot wire the timer to the fryer.
Oh God!
Popped a fuse, start a fire.
And that's why Jimmy is now does contract work by the day. Like it's just
Yeah, and you've known guys that do this kind of work.
I do.
You've known guys.
I've
do
known
this.
guys, and I've known both sides of the spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
I know guys that are really good. Like I know, like
There are guys that are good.
I've got some friends that are like legit, like very, very well,
Absolutely.
like respected and very good contractors. They make great money. They do great work. You want to know why they do great work? Because their employees don't look weird.
Yes.
They wear uniforms
Yeah.
that have the logo on them. They look respectable. Yes, exactly. I'm not talking about you, but other friends. They have companies that are respectable because, like I said, because they approach it like with professionalism.
Yeah. Now, as a person
business,
that
like-
does contract work, there were some lessons I had to learn, and I had to learn them the hard way. Okay. One,
Don't do math.
that's a biggie.
Yeah.
Okay.
One that should be like 1A and B.
Yes.
Just don't
Two.
do meth.
Two, okay? As far as what you wear when you show up to work, okay? You wear A, something with your company logo on it, or B, Carhartt. If you show up to a job site, nothing on that has your company logo, but you're wearing something with the
that-
Carhartt logo
Yeah,
on
something
it,
that looks like you do some sort of contract
you
work.
look official.
Yeah.
Okay? You look, if you're wearing a Carhartt hoodie, you look official as fuck.
Yeah.
I learned that. Okay? Doesn't matter whether you're wearing your company shirt or whatever.
Let's be honest, not a sponsor. Carhartt hoodies, slap.
Oh,
They
they're
really
hard.
slap.
I
They're great.
Plenty of them.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I bought one last year because I was just like, let me just see what all the fuss is about. They're comfortable. They're comfortable.
They're thick.
warm.
Very warm. It's
They
a
are
very warm
so
material.
warm.
I have some Carhartt t-shirts. I can't wear them in the summer. They're too thick.
Too thick. But
Too
the
thick.
yeah, but the hoodies though, the hoodies are really nice, man.
That's a winter coat.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And I don't feel weird
very-
wearing it because I was like, it's almost like a fashion statement.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you wearing a Carhartt? I was like, I don't know. Are you cold?
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
But if you show up wearing any sort of Carhartt gear, doesn't matter what state of repair it's in.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the more beat up sometimes, the better. Okay?
It's true. Yeah. It's a statement. It says that, this guy does work.
This guy knows what he's doing, and he gets paid well to do it because the stuff he's wearing isn't cheap. Okay? Mm-hmm. So there's that. Also, don't be nervous to fire somebody. If you got a guy that's just not pulling his weight, let him go. Don't call him anymore. Let him go. Because what happens is you start weeding out the shitty people. The good people are going to find a way to stick around if they want to stick around. And they will bend over backwards to make you happy. Okay? They're going to do the job right. And also, you'll notice that the good people are the kind of people that if they make a mistake or they don't know what they're doing, they're smart enough to realize that if I keep going, I can make this worse. So they stop and they ask questions.
They don't they ever?
Yes.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's usually the first question. Hey, what the fuck?
Like, oh, I forgot the keys. Let me turn around and go get them. You know, questions like that.
Normal fucking questions.
Yeah. Hey, is it okay if I hotwire your Bobcat? Absolutely not, Chuck.
yeah.
Don't do it.
I prefer that you wouldn't.
I would really prefer. Yeah, don't. No. Why?
Too late.
Really. Also, you have to be very direct with your guys. You can't even say, I'd prefer that you didn't. You have to just come right out and say, no.
Don't fucking do that.
Don't fucking do that.
You dumb person.
Why in the fuck would you hotwire my shit?
I thought I could figure it out.
No. Figuring it out is going back to get the key.
Yeah, don't be listen, don't.
Okay. Some other things I learned. It's better to under-promise and over-deliver than is to over-promise and under-deliver. Mm-hmm. If your guys couldn't get to my house at 9:30 in the morning, just tell me that. That's fine.
Yeah, simple.
Or if your guys are really 3 hours away, don't tell them you're 40 minutes away. Just say, hey, my guys are wrapped up on another job site right now. They're going to get there as soon as they can. I really apologize.
There you go.
Fine.
That's it.
Fine. Also, here's another thing I had to learn.
Okay.
Here's another thing.
Okay, here we go.
This relates to the money, right? You tell people how to treat you, okay? If you're the guy that's asking for money at the front of the job before you've even done work or before you finished or any shit like that, you're going to look like the broke cousin at the barbecue, and people are going to treat you like the broke cousin at the barbecue.
Oh, shit.
How do you treat the broke cousin at the barbecue?
Like
nobody
like
gives shit.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to deal with the broke cousin at the barbecue.
Because he's broke.
He's broke. Get
Okay.
away from me, brokey.
Yeah, he has a lot of questions.
Broke
Like
bitches make me nervous.
he has
Okay,
a lot of questions. Like, you have money.
just pay the guy to go away because I don't trust him around my kids. Okay, that's the truth.
Broke bitches make me nervous.
Broke bitches make me nervous. Okay. Now, if you came through and said, and even if you were completely fronting and didn't have it, pay me when the job is done 100%. I'd be like, oh, this dude is trustworthy. He's going to make it right because there's incentive for him to make it right. Mm-hmm. And that's Business 101 with Lord Gerald.
May peace be with you.
Yeah, may peace be with you. Many blessings.
Blessings on blessings.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this has been just a day.
Little ranty boy.
I was going to say a little bit of a lesson.
Yeah.
A little bit of a rant. I think we've learned a lot today.
I learned some lessons dealing with this shit.
I learned blessings and lessons today. This was great. I
learned some
feel
lessons.
Empowered.
Yeah. I shouldn't have paid that guy.
Well, you know what? Hey, you live and you learn.
You live and you learn. Next time, I'm just going to make sure I get the payment terms up front.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's really it.
Yeah, and I'm not using him again.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm not using him again.
Maybe not.
That's a no.
Maybe not use that guy?
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't ask me to write a review on his Facebook.
Yeah, it's probably smart because you would have been like, you probably would have just said this.
Let me just upload this podcast to his Facebook page.
You should be like, hey, Rick. Mm-hmm. Hey.
Fast forward to about...
Just be like, smile.
Yeah.
You're on camera.
Fast forward to about 30 minutes and we hear my whole...
Hey, Rick.
Song and dance.
Got a review for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. So one of my podcasts, I talked about your shitty company for an hour.
Yeah. Just so you know, there's your review.
Yeah. There's more about this guy, by the way. I'll tell you off air.
All right. Well, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I really can't. Because tonight we have to end this with another beautiful rendition of the Wine Boys podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We had, Ink Monster tonight. It was very good, solid 3 out of 4 cork wine. Mm-hmm. I would highly recommend an aeration. Mm-hmm. And I would say overall, pretty good.
Okay. Pretty.
Hey, there we go.
Pretty good.
If you are so inclined, please go to teespring.com/stores/The Wine Boys. Get yourself a t-shirt. It is a hot white boy summer. It is a shot girl summer. It's a hot white boy.
With an unfortunate font.
Yes, ours does not have an unfortunate font. Our font is dope.
Yes.
I love our logo.
Great font.
We have good font. We've got good graphic design work. It's going to be a hot white boy summer. It's going to be a shot girl summer. Everybody I'm just telling you, man. I think last year was all about COVID. I think we're gonna have a crabs outbreak this summer.
Oh, definitely.
I think there's going to be venereal disease like that we had never seen before. Nobody's using condoms.
Well, you know what they say.
What?
You're not a real man unless you've had crabs.
I know.
At least that's what my dad told me.
Well, my dad wasn't around, so I had to find out the hard way.
Have you had crabs?
I don't know. I woke up one day and I got in the shower and I was like, "Fuck, I'm itchy." And I'm like, "I guess that's it. Is that it?"
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
I've never had crabs before, so I guess I'm not a real man. That's why I paid that contractor.
That's why, because you're a pussy.
I'm a pussy. I'm not a real man.
Because you're a fucking pussy.
Right.
That's the second time I got crabs.
Yeah.
I think that I think I told you the story. Like I've had a fraternity brother where I've heard him get gonorrhea. Like I heard it. Like I heard him. He was screaming at the top of his lungs after he urinated. And I was like, this guy's got gonorrhea. He's gotta. Because you can hear him. Like he went upstairs and I just hear it. Just like he was like, oh, I go to the bathroom. Goes upstairs and I just hear, ah! And I'm like, I said that sounds like gonorrhea.
Yeah.
There's no way it's not. You know.
Yeah, and it was.
I didn't get a full diagnosis, but he did get a week's worth of antibiotics.
Okay, good for him.
I'm assuming the swab didn't go well.
Yeah. I kind of missed out on it. Never had a venereal disease. Kind of missed out on that.
You know what? I've never been diagnosed with one, so I guess we're good.
Hey.
Yeah, until this summer, we'll see what happens.
Well, let's see if you finally get your man card.
Yeah, no more swabs in the nose, just swabs in the dick this summer. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Everybody says that swab in the nose is really bad. Just wait to get a swab in the dick.
I've had a swab in the dick before.
I have too, man.
It's not. I will take a swab in the nose.
I will take a swab in the nose every day of the week.
Yeah.
A swab in the dick. Well, I've also had a cystoscopy. Ooh. Yeah. Which is the thing where they put the camera all the way through into your bladder. Which is, I mean, I'm not going to, it's a bit that I've been running for a little while. I like it, and I'm not going to tell the whole story. But needless to say, there's a camera that goes in your no-no place. And that's, yeah. And there was a nurse that was, I'll lead into it.
Okay.
I call her, I go, there was a nurse that was a Syracuse 10 and a California 6. Okay. I said, she looked good. And I said, and there was never more unfortunate looking dick than she saw that day. I was just like, I literally said, I'm sorry. And she goes, I've seen worse. Literally said, I've seen worse. And I go, you're kind.
You didn't get a quarter chub just to represent real quick?
No, it was just, I knew what was happening.
This is medical dick.
Yeah, this is medical dick.
It's small, it's
cold,
sad,
it's sterile. Yeah.
It's you're just naked on a cold exam table.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just slouchy Danny DeVito. Like it's just like I'm here. I know what's going on. Dude, fucking Pamela Anderson, the day she got Baywatch, she could have walked in and there was no way I was getting hard that day. Like it was cold medical dick.
Not even Halle Berry in the Catwoman suit.
Halle Berry and Swordfish might have got me like a little ways, and then my Russian urologist would have walked in and he'd be like, "What are you doing? Put that away."
You just
put that gun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Put your goddamn cock away.
Oh man.
On June 12th, Fulton, New York, CNY Community Arts Center. Grab tickets. They're at the link at my bio of my Instagram and Twitter. Thank you, boys, so much for listening to the podcast this week, and we will talk to you next week. We love you. Bye.
I love you. Please call me back.